Hello guys, my name is Rashid and in today's video I am going to explain that what is reduce function and how can we use it in Python. So guys, here is the nature of reduce function. Reduce function has two required positional arguments. The first one is a function and the second one is an iterable object. So how does reduce function work? Basically, reduce function take an iterable object and applies that function. The final output of this reduce function is a single value. So basically, reduce function convert this iterable object into a single value. So how does it do this? To understand this, we will take some examples. Like in our first example, we have a list of numbers and our requirement is to actually print the sum of these numbers. For that purpose, we will define a function that will add two values and simply return the output of those values. And this statement is printed here to understand the functionality of reduce function. So we will write the reduce function here. Reduce my add function, the first argument, and the numbers array. So guys, the reduce function is throwing an error here. So what is the reason? Because reduce function is not Python's built-in function. We need to import it from tool library. Tools, import reduce. So now if I will just print the result, print, we will see that we have got 10 here. So this is the sum of these numbers. So how does it work? For that purpose, we have already printed the statement here. So we will see the workflow of reduce function. So first of all, reduce function picks the first two values of the array, applies the sum function here, and the output is 1. So then reduce function takes this output 1 and then takes the third element of the array and then applies the same function again. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Now the output is 3. Then reduce function will take the value of 3 from here, that is the fourth value of the array, and then we'll apply the same function. So 3 plus 3 is 6 and again the output is 6. Now the reduce function will pick the next value, that is the last value of the array, 4, and we will apply the same function, my add. So 6 plus 4 is 10 and now that is the final result. So we don't have any more elements, so reduce function will return the value and that is the sum of the array elements that we want. So guys, this is the first example. So as you can see here that we have got one more argument, that is initializer, and that is an optional argument, and it is okay if we don't pass that value because we have not passed this value here. But let's say if we pass the value here, let's say we pass 100 and then rerun the program, then you can see our output has changed. So how does it work now? So basically when we pass the initial value, then we are telling the reduce function let's start from this value. So in this case, reduce function first of all will take the value of 100 and then we'll pick the first value of the array, then perform the sum operation here. So 100 plus 0 is equal to 100. Then similarly it will take the output and we'll pick the next element of the array, that is 1, and we'll perform the same add operation and then the output will be 101. The remaining workflow is same as previous one. So this is the purpose of initial value in reduce function. So now we will take one more example here. So here we have, let's first comment the print statement here. Okay, so here we have a array of numbers again, but in this scenario we need to print out the maximum and minimum values of the array. For that purpose we will define two functions, def max func is equal to lambda xy and then get the maximum value out of these two xy. So in a similar way, so we don't need the def statement here, so we are defining a lambda function. So in a similar way we will define minimum value min and we'll take the minimum value out of these two. So these are two functions that we have now. Now we will write lambda reduce function here, reduce max func and then the numbers array. In a similar manner, we have reduce function, min func and then numbers array. Let's print these results and see the output. Max percent d. Okay, now we'll do the same thing here. Instead of max we will do min, we'll print min. Okay, so let's do min here. So if I run the program, then you will see that we have got minimum and maximum numbers here. So if we check, the maximum number is 26 and the minimum number is 1. So how does it work? We'll go through a scenario of maximum. So in this case, the reduce function will be the value of 15 and 5. We'll compare it using this max func. So 15 is greater than 5, so reduce function will take 15, and because this is the output, so now it will compare with the next value, that is 10. So now again 15 is greater than 10, so the output is 15. Now reduce function will take 15, the output, that is the output, and compare it with the next value, that is 26. In this case 26 is greater than 15, so the next output is 26. So reduce function will take 26 and will compare with the next value, that is 3. So now again the value is 26 is maximum than 3, so reduce function will compare it with the next value of the array, that is 1. Again 26 is greater, so we have got the maximum value 26. In a similar way, reduce function will find the minimum value, that is 1. So guys, let's clear one more scenario here. So what if I comment this section, minimum section, and make the array empty? So now the array is empty, and we will run this minimum operation again. So in this case we are getting type error. This is because we don't have any value in the array. To handle this situation and to get rid of this type error exception, we can do one thing. Instead of passing these two required arguments, we can pass the third argument, that is optional initializer. I think that is the argument name. Yeah, that is initializer. So we will pass the value of 0 here, let's say. So if I will run the program again, so instead of throwing an exception, it will return 0. So basically, so whenever the array is empty, reduce function will check the value, initializer value. So if it has an initializer value, it will return the initializer value, otherwise it will throw the type error exception. So guys, this was the reduce function description. So if you understand it, then it's good. Otherwise you can ask in the comment section. If you like the video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much and take care.